All right, Shalom. First and foremost, going to give all praises and glories due for Allah, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahshua, Bashem, Kwakdash. Much love and respect to the elders and apostles, Bishop, Great Millstone. Also, much love and respect to all you Akim all around the world that's doing this work in sincerity and in truth. And Shalom to the few sisters listening in silence to the spirit and power of our Lord, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahshua. So it's been quite a while since I talked about, the implants of, the MOTB, which this is a major prophecy that has to come to pass before we as Israelites, those that are in the know, the hopeful elect, so to say. This prophecy has to come to pass before we get delivered up out of Babylon the Great. So this is one of the major prophecies that's on the table right now that has to come to pass before they make that microchip mandatory, before it becomes mandatory, for all people to take, which the elder brother over in New York, from the May camp, Elder Amwan Gabar, he did a lesson, saying that they plan on implanting prisoners. All right, so they plan on implanting prisoners with this trip, sooner than later. Okay, so that's what's on the table right now. Okay, which this MOTB will become a reality. The implementation of, the MOTB, which is the mark of the beast, which is the CHIP that we've been prophesying about for many moons now, and now it's starting to come to pass. Okay, so it's already here. So real quick, I'm gonna get into this article. It says, when will brain chips be implanted in humans? So I was just reading a little bit of this. It says, science fiction is turning into real medicine. A brain chip implementation timeline is now a reality for patients worldwide. Neuralink plans to start. It says Neuralink plans to start mass productions around 2026. This is a huge step forward for a brain health and personal freedom. It reads, Fox News shared a story of a paralyzed man controlling a computer with his thoughts. This was made possible by an Elon Musk human chip breakthrough. Like these are helping people with ALS or spinal injuries. Our team at Live Hospitals is excited to help people from all over the world. We focus on making sure our patients get the best care possible. We use our knowledge and care to help our patients. The chip is in brain. Elon design could soon help millions. We're committed to helping you reach a future when your mind can control your body. Our team is here to support your every step of the way. We offer care and support and expert advice. Everyone deserves the best in the healthcare. And invalidative medicine brings hope to families all around the world. Around the world, we combine kindness with knowledge to give you the best results, whether you interested in Elon Musk brain chip technology or other neurological treatments. All right, so the plan is to pretty much have total control, like Aaron Russo brought out in the in his interview with Alex Jones. where, they plan on having everybody chipped when he was talking to Aaron Russo about his meeting with Nick Rockefeller. So this is their ultimate goal, is to have everybody, have this device in their hands, okay? Either in the right hand or the forehead. Which, some people already have this device, because I already did a lesson years ago showing you image of these people actually having this device in their hand and actually purchasing with this device. Okay, so this is a reality, but they want to mass produce it, real soon. So it's just not in the head or in the forehead, it's also really in the right hand too, like the prophecy states. Okay, so this is what they want to bring, and this is a major part of prophecy. Okay, that's about to come to pass. All right, so let's get the precept real quick. So this is Revelations chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great. Actually, let's read up a little bit. All right, so this is 15. And he giveth power, and he have power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast be killed. So that's that mark. Because this thing gives lives. Like you could literally have this thing and be able to control things with your mind. All right. So verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bonds, to receive a mark in the right hand or in the forehead, that no man might buy or sell, save he that have the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. All right. So, like I said, I made a video years ago, and you actually have people actually purchasing, a man actually purchasing goods with this device in his hand. All right. So this is all going to be linked to your financial world, your financial state. Okay. So everything is going to be linked all into one. Your medical, your driver, everything actually. Just like your cell phone, you know what I'm saying? Everything is all linked into one, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much your life evolves around your cell phone, right? You know what I'm saying? You have your financial stuff linked to your cell phone. Like you can link your card, your debit card, to your cell phone. You can link your bills, your everything, you know what I'm saying? You got, your loved ones, your son, your father, your mother, you know what I'm saying? Your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, your family members, all in this, you know what I'm saying? All in your cell phone, your sons, your daughters, your nieces, your nephews, your grandsons, your granddaughters, everybody's linked into the cell phone. So you got your whole life linked all into one with the cell phone, you know what I'm saying? And that's how it's going to be with this chip. I could attest myself, you know what I'm saying? I just, lost my cell phone, you know what I'm saying, this past Monday or whatever. And everything, you know what I'm saying, it was all linked in there. Everything was all linked in there. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, I was able to get another cell phone today, you know what I'm saying, that I'm using right now, to continue this work, So imagine that. There it is, we as men of the Lord, you know what I'm saying, our lives evolves around this. This is how we push the word. This is how we bring out scriptures. This is how we push the word. This is how we do our job, you know what I'm saying, by way of this cell phone. So imagine losing this, and you ain't got no money to really, you know what I'm saying, get another cell phone right away. Like you're using the only phone that you have. but you ain't got no spare phone, you know what I'm saying, that's backup, and that's all you have, and everything is just linked all into this one cell phone, one device that you need, you know. And that's how it's going to be for the MOTB. But we as men of the Lord, we know not to take that, because if we take that, you know, the consequence of taking that mark is right here in Revelations 14:9. And it reads, "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worships the beast and his image and receives his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wrath of the Most High with mixture, wrath of the Most High, which is poured without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever." You know what I'm saying? And that's talking about that thermonuclear destruction. Okay? Because America will go out by way of thermonuclear fire. But before it goes out by way of thermonuclear fire, this prophecy of the MOTB has to come to pass first. Okay? So this is what we're fastly approaching now, is this MOTB becoming a reality. Okay? And it is a reality now, but eventually we're just waiting for them to make it mandatory. When this thing becomes mandatory for the people to take. All right, that's when it's crunch time for Esau. Okay, that's Esau's crunch time right there. All right, when they make this MOTB mandatory. Okay, that's Esau's crunch time. You know what I'm saying, for these people. All right, like from the Elder Apostle Zacchaeus on down, you know. Elder Apostle Gabar says, you know, it's going to be crunch time soon. And it's about to be crunch time. Okay? Because they're about to make this thing mandatory. All right? So let's get another precept here. Let's go to the book of Habakkuk right here. Rebecca. All right. So this is Habakkuk 2 and 3. Actually, let me start at 1. So let's start at 1. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. "And I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what shall I answer when I am reproved?" Verse 2. And the Lord answered me and said, "Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and will not tarry." Okay, so what is that vision? That prophecy of the MOTB coming to pass. All right, that's one of the visions, but that's a major vision, though. That's a major prophecy that's really on the table. But it said it shall be for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Right now it's speaking, all right, and not lying. So though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and will not tarry. You know what I'm saying? So we've been talking about this, you know what I'm saying, ever since I came in the truth, you know, back in 2009. You know, but the elder apostles and bishops been talking about this forever, going back to the 90s. Okay? And way before that. Okay? So now we're at the end, and now it's speaking, and now it's not lying. All right? So it seemed like it was tarrying before, but everybody was making fun of it, especially Nate, you know what I'm saying, it's June, ain't no microchips. But it is June, and now this prophecy is speaking. All right, this prophecy is speaking now, and it's not lying. So what does Nate got to say about this now? So though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and will not tarry. All right, so it's not tarrying anymore. It's coming. It's coming. It's fastly approaching. It's here. Okay, everybody can see this thing now. Everybody knows what this is. Even people that are outside this truth, you know what I'm saying, are hip to this technology are hip to this prophecy. All right. So it's definitely speaking now and not lying. All right. So this thing is definitely here, and it's upon us. All right. And there's no denying it. All right. So this prophecy is here. All right. We're just waiting for them to make this thing mandatory. That's all. So anyway, with that, I'm gonna leave it there. Giving all praises and glories due to Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Kwakadash. Shalom.